Amber Getz with HubGarage.com. I'm here hanging out with Scott Whitaker of Speed Kings, who's a familiar face on the Hub. You all should know him by now. Scott, why don't you tell us about your car we're standing next to here?
Well, Amber, this is mid-century motorsports-inspired 32 Ford. So it really picks up a lot of elements from race cars and sports cars from the 30s, 40s, 50s. It's just recently built. We had it at the SEMA show, first time it was shown. And now we're here at, second time it's been shown is the Grand National Roadster show.
So it looks a little different. Did you do something to it?
Yeah, at SEMA we had just a totally dark nose, but we put the chrome frame around the grille and the green, and it really pulled it together with the rest of the car. It was part of the reason is we having enough time before SEMA to do what we wanted to do. But I'm glad that it all happened like it happened because we really like the look and like the result. Thanks for asking.
Yeah, sure. Well, you know, I noticed it's not the same. How long did it take you guys to get this car completed to where it is today?
We started this car early, like February of '07. So it was really, the car was basically built then in 9, 10 months.
Now, I heard a little rumor that you're a bit of a perfectionist. Is this true?
No, it's not true at all. I really don't think I am at all. What I do, I think I do well is figure out all the right compromises. You know, a car is really a good compromise, whatever kind of car it is. It might be the best car, you might say, is a $1 million car, like, you know, or something like a Bugatti Veyron, but obviously it's not the perfect car because poor people can't own it, and it doesn't get the best fuel economy. You can't get 4 people in it. So making a compromise is what a car is all about. What do you want the car to be is what you're trying to accomplish. Some people build a car without the real objective in mind, you know, and therefore they don't take the right processes, don't pick the right parts. So very often try to be clever, and I just have a kind of a theme that I follow, and then look at it like a piece of art. It's really an artistic expression.
Well, yours is really different, you know, everything from all the accent stuff inside and the paint job. Where do you get your inspiration to do your car this way?
Well, this car was really inspired by when I was a kid. I remember seeing really like Model A hot rods that looked more sports car-like. You know, wood grain steering wheels were the rage in the early 60s. The Mustangs came out with wood grain steering wheels. That was a sports car item. It was something, servicemen came back from World War II and having seen cars of Europe, so they were exposed to the MGs and the Jaguars, and it really is was the sports cars were then very, you know, proliferated then through the 50s. This is very much taking that remembrance of mine about those hot rods, sports car oriented hot rods, and they had, you know, the right kind of wire wheels, and they were just sports car like. So I took that and ran with it and tried to stick to that. Had some unique wheels made that are bigger than most people's. They're taller, but they're skinnier than most people's wire wheels or other wheels for hot rods. And it's actually, my last car had the same size of wheels and tires, and so we're kind of popularizing that look, and people are catching on. We've had an incredible amount of comments on this car. I don't think anybody's said they didn't like it. It's kind of interesting because it is unique. It is it's like a new look, but it's not a new look. It's all old stuff. One guy said it, what I like the way he said it, he goes, you know, the car looks really familiar, but I've never seen anything like it. So I don't know how you do that, but it kind of says it. So there's a lot, that's like the seats are 356 Porsche GT seats from the mid-50s. It's a mid-50s Triumph TR3 dashboard. It's a wood grain steering wheel from a Daytona Ferrari from the 50s. The windscreens are actually used on race cars in Europe, the Jaguars and MGs and Morgans. It's a Miller race car nose from the 30s. So it's got all kinds of elements that collectively, the fairing, which is very much a motorsports thing. I wanted it to look like a, like I say, motorsports inspired car from the mid-century. So, but I wanted to do a modern drivetrain. It's got a 440 horsepower 302 that looks like an old Y-block Lincoln engine because of the way we treated it, and with the valve covers and so on. But it's got a Moser 9-inch rear end, Tremec 5-speed. So it's as stout as any muscle car. I mean, it's absolutely a bulletproof drivetrain. It's probably the most seriously rigid, strong chassis has ever been on a 32 Ford. It's really reinforced far beyond what anybody's done. So it's a blend. Like I said, it's a compromise. I've got this modern, powerful drivetrain it's bulletproof, and it looks like a mid-50s sports car.
Well, it's really great, and this is your first time showing at this show, correct?
This is the first time I've shown at this event, and the car is in the AMBR Award group of cars. There's 14 Roadsters that being AMBR, not named after you, of course, but maybe next time.
Almost, just missing the E.
But it stands for America's Most Beautiful Roadster, for those who don't know.
So that's pretty flattering to you.
That's very flattering. I didn't build this car to show, I built this car to drive. But it's, and it's quite a compliment for the car, and I'm just glad to be here. And I grew up reading about all these hot rod guys, and now I've got most of those guys I looked up to when I was 12 years old. I've got their cell phone numbers in my phone, so that's kind of neat to be able to do that.
Yeah, that's really exciting. All right, Scott, well, thanks so much for taking the time. It's always good to talk to you on the Hub. I'm Amber Getz for hubgarage.com.
Hi, I'm Scott Whitaker from Speed Kings Garage, and I'm at the Grand National Roadster Show. You're watching the hubgarage.com.